We were scheduled to have Saquon Barkley on, and as soon as he dropped that ball, I said to myself, probably not having Saquon Barkley on. And we talked about this in the final segment yesterday. If the Eagles happen to lose that game, this is the tough part. You know, Fritzy's booking people. We can get somebody. Oh, they have a game the night before. And this is a sponsored booking. So he was going to be on because he was selling a product. And then I said this morning when I came in, I said, it's probably wise if Saquon doesn't join us. I understood it. I understood it because, you know, first of all, if you're the sponsor and you're paying him to endorse you, people aren't going to be focusing on the product. They're going to be focusing on the fact that Saquon is on a show right after this drop, right after this loss, and he's selling something, you know, to America. I get it. I've been doing this a long time, and we just celebrated the 25th anniversary of the Dan Patrick Show. I could probably, on one hand, tell you the number of times that I've heard from an athlete who had to cancel. It's very, very rare you hear from an athlete. Now, you might hear from a PR person. You might hear from a sponsor. But Saquon texted the show and said that he was sorry and that he'll do his best to make it up to us. I mean, that's a classy move. I'm not surprised because I've always felt that way with our interactions with him. He seems like a really good guy, good kid. And the fact that he reached out and said that, he didn't have to do that, but I do appreciate that. And once again, you can't come on talking about a product after you just, you know, had the ending of that game. But we do appreciate him doing that, and we'll try to have him on at an appropriate time. And it's always difficult. You know, Fritzy's trying to juggle, like, who do we have on first hour? They can join us. And we wanted to have him on the show, but it makes it tougher to do an interview where you can actually talk to a person about more than just last night's game or that drop on third down. You know, you can't do it. Had they won the game, had he caught that ball, had he got the first down, now it's a different tone with the interview. And I agree. I understand it. I'd like to have him on, but I'd like to have him on when I can do an interview, a conversation with him, not interrogate him over dropping the ball. Because there's only so many ways you can ask, what were you thinking? Or what do you say when you go back to the huddle? Or what's Jalen Hurts say to you? Or was there any thought of running the ball? So once again, a long-winded way of saying, we appreciate him doing that. And, he had a tough night last night. Had this to say on that late game drop, this courtesy of WIP in Philadelphia.
I could sit here and, complain and be upset about it, or I could be a professional athlete and go back to the drawing board and take the lick and move on and get better from it. I made that play multiple times. I missed that play before too, meaning the situation. That happens part of the game, and I just got to be better. I let my team down. I got to man up to it. I got to own it, which I'm doing, and I promise those guys in his locker room that I'm going to be better from it.
Okay. I mean, there's probably a handful of comments by him that are very similar to this. It's, I let my team down, dropped the ball. And he stood there and he answered questions at his locker after the game as well. All right, so we won't have Saquon on